Hey, how you doing? This is Foji Ghana back again, previewing tomorrow's game, Arsenal versus Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium. Now, we've had very good record against Bournemouth. The last time we lost to Bournemouth was in 2018. Since then, we've won practically all our games. And the last game we played in September last year, of course, we beat them 4-0 with goals from Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, and Ben White. But since then, Areola has really transformed this Bournemouth side. The coach Areola is good friends with Arteta. They are all from the Basque region in Spain, which produces very good footballers and very good managers. So he knows one or two about how Arteta sets up its teams, and I'm sure he will have ways of managing that, setting up his team in a way that it's able to counter what Arteta is going to throw at him. And again, we have to remember that Bournemouth is a very good side. These guys are no mugs. They're not pushovers. They will come to the Emirates. They will play the same way they played against other teams this season that has gotten them to 10th position in the league. They are surrounded by teams like Chelsea and Newcastle, which are very good sides. So Arsenal should be ready for a very tough game at the Emirates. And this team has got many strengths. Bournemouth is a team that is able to win balls up in the pitch and counter quickly. They're also able to scrap through because on the Premier League record, they're one of the teams that has the highest challenges or tackles. So they will make it a proper tough game against you. But at the same time, offensively, they're very, very strong. Of course, they've got one of the best strikers in the Premier League in terms of form right now, Solanke, who has 18 goals this season, better than any of the Arsenal forwards have forged this season. Also, they've got Kluivert, chip of the old block, son to the legend Kluivert from Holland, Netherlands. And they've got Semenyo as well, but I'm told Semenyo is not going to be playing in this game because he got an injury in the last fixture. So very, very quick forwards who can cause us trouble. Someone like Solanke has got a pot shot in him, so if you don't mark him properly, he can score from anywhere really. And he's one of the strikers who Arsenal were linked with in the January transfer window. So a very strong team that can hit us if we are not on our A game. So I don't expect Arteta to go resting players for this one, honestly. I expect him to put out his strongest team because we need to win this fixture. And then we can look forward for the remaining fixtures that we have this season. Like we've got Manchester United coming away next Sunday. And then, of course, having Everton at home at Emirates in the last day of the season. Now, we'll be having that fixture tomorrow with Bournemouth at 12:30 lunchtime fixture. But later on, City are going to be playing at home against Wolves at the Etihad. We need a favour. City are ahead of us in points, 2 points ahead. So we need them to drop those 2 points either by a draw or by a loss. So we will be looking at that match very keenly, of course, after having done our work with our match tomorrow and see whether they can drop those points. But that's not the last opportunity we have. City still have 3 fixtures after the Wolves fixture. So they'll be coming to London on 11th of May to play Fulham away. And then barely 2-3 days later on a Tuesday, on 14th, they're traveling from West London to North London to play Tottenham. So we will need Tottenham to do us a favour. So between those two games, Fulham and Tottenham, hopefully that London tour for them will not be happy returns. Hopefully one of those two teams you will do us a favour by helping us make City drop points. And then after that, they have, of course, that last day of the season fixture at home, beginning at 4 p.m. UK time when they're playing West Ham. So 3 London teams playing City back to back. Hopefully one of them will be good friends and do Arsenal a favour. But all Arsenal have to do now is to make sure that they win all their fixtures, including the one tomorrow with Bournemouth. Now, we remember last season's fixture at home to Bournemouth was quite intense. We conceded early and then we went on to start chasing the game. We were 2-2 until virtually the last minute when we had that famous score from Nelson when he hit the ball first time with his left into the corner and sent Emirates into an absolute frenzy. You should have seen those scenes. At that moment, we all dreamt and thought we were going to win the league that season. And we were going to look back at that Nelson goal as one that really set us off towards winning that trophy, but it wasn't to be because we've sort of flapped about in the last few games of the season. But this season, Arteta, the way he has set up his team, we've not had that many cases where we go ahead 2-0 up and then we sort of collapse and the opponent takes advantage. Like last week's game against Tottenham was one of those games, like if it was last season and we were 3-0 up and Tottenham came within 2-3, then there was a real chance that we could have crumbled and allowed them to draw 3-3 or even to win 4-3. But you can see this team has got spine, and that has been not the least because of Rice. Declan Rice has brought a lot of strength, a lot of grit, a lot of steel into this team. And now that they are doubling up in that midfield with Partey, I believe Partey should play this game tomorrow and all the remaining games of this season, because we're not playing in the Champions League anymore. We only have one game a week, so we should be able to double up that midfield pivot, Partey, Rice, and of course Odegaard playing in front of them. Up front, we expect Trossard to start on the left because he's been playing very well, better than Martinelli has been on that left wing, and he's got a goal in him. In the middle, of course, we will have Havertz, and on the right wing we will have Saka. At the back four pretty much select itself with White on the right wing, Gabriel, Saliba, and then the left back, we might have a bit of a conversation on that because we've got Zinchenko, who looks like he seems to need some game time now that he's not been playing very regularly. But of course, Tomiyasu and Skivio as well could come into that position. But again, thinking of it, Kivio is not that quick. We saw how he struggled against Sane when we were playing against Bayern Munich. He seems to struggle against wingers or attackers who are tricky, who are pacey. And so in that case, we could actually have to play Tomiyasu there, who's a better one-on-one defender than Kivio or Zinchenko. So what do you think? What lineup are you going to start with tomorrow? Please get on the comment section and let me know what your preferred lineup. Who do you prefer playing up front, in the midfield, or in the defensive in that left back slot? If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and like the video if you've liked our presentation today. And please join us in future releases. We shall be commenting about the game after the match has been played. And we will be bringing you lots of Arsenal transfer news in the summer. Now, we don't just go picking stuff that is found in all the media houses. We dig, we get our sources right, and we bring you news that is going to help you be updated with Arsenal, the club you love. And it's going to be a busy time, I predict. We're going to have a lot of clear outs. You saw the rumor this week about Jesus. He's wanted by Juventus, and Arsenal may need to sell there, of course, to bring in a new forward. We know Nelson, Nketiah could also be on the outgoing list, together with other players in the squad who may need clearing out. And also in the incoming, of course, Arsenal will need a proper forward who can score goals for fun. We need a backup for Saka in that right wing. We might need another winger on the left wing who can actually do more damage. A sort of brilliant maverick signing. Remember the days we used to have the likes of Sanchez, players who could take the game by the scruff of the neck and score a goal by themselves out of the blue, out of nothing. We've missed that kind of clutch player this season who can show up for us in the big seasons. And so I'm sure Arteta has listened to what Wenger said. Wenger said in his interview that Arsenal lack a Thierry Henry in this team. And maybe it's time to go for a big summer where we can get a Thierry Henry kind of player, a player who can make a big impact during crucial matches, who doesn't hide, who can score clutch goals that can get us out of trouble. And I'm sure Edu and Arteta are working extra hard to make that happen. So thank you for watching today, and we will catch up again. See you later. Peace. Bye-bye.